Hello students and welcome to my channel Learn with Nishaji. Today we are discussing the law of constant proportions from chapter 3 of class 9 science. So before we begin discussing, I would like you to subscribe my channel to get all the videos in this playlist so that you can prepare your chapter comfortably. And you just share this video as much as possible with your friends also so that everyone can take the benefit of these lectures. So let's begin studying the law of constant proportions. इससे पहले हमने एक और law study किया था, तो if you want to watch that video also, please watch it in the playlist. So, many scientists were working in this regard, okay, they noted that many compounds were composed of two or more elements, and each such compound had the same elements in the same proportions, okay, irrespective of where the compound came from or who prepared it. जैसे हम एक एग्जाम्पल के थ्रू इसको समझने की कोशिश करते हैं. वी हैव अ कंपाउंड लाइक वाटर. ठीक है, तो वाटर में रेशियो ऑफ मास ऑफ हाइड्रोजन to the mass of oxygen is always 1:8, whatever be the source of water. Okay, so if 9 grams of water is decomposed, तो आपको 1 gram of hydrogen मिलेगा and 8 grams of oxygen always, right? चाहे आप वो किसी भी कंट्री से लो वाटर, किसी भी लैबोरेटरी में आप प्रिपेयर करो, एनीवेयर, so it is universal, right? Similarly, अमोनिया, नाइट्रोजन, लाइक अमोनिया में नाइट्रोजन एंड हाइड्रोजन होते हैं, ओके, तो उनका रेशियो जो होगा 14:3 होगा बाय मास, from whichever method or source you are obtaining it. So this is fixed. So law of constant proportions को हम law of definite proportions भी बोलते हैं. What does it say? So Proust gave a statement. So in a chemical substance, the elements are always present in definite proportions by mass. ये statement बहुत important है. Okay, definite proportion means this is definite proportion 1:8, 14:3. ये change नहीं कर सकता, right? So this part is just for your information. John Dalton, he was a scientist. He was born in a poor weaver's family in 1766 in England. He began his career as a teacher at the age of 12, right? And 7 years later, he became a school principal. So quite at young age, he got a good post. In 1793, Dalton left for Manchester to teach mathematics, physics and chemistry in a college. So he spent most of his life there teaching and researching. And in 1808, he presented his atomic theory, which was a turning point in the study of matter. तो वो ही अब हम study करेंगे, right? So the next problem which was faced by the scientists was to give appropriate explanation of the laws we have discussed. Okay, there were two laws which we have discussed in detail, right? So British chemist John Dalton provided the basic theory about the nature of matter, right? So Dalton picked up the idea of divisibility of matter, which was till then just a philosophy. तब तक उसे एक philosophy के form में ही देखा जाता था. So he took the name atoms as given by the Greeks, and he said that the smallest particles of matter are atoms, right? His theory was based on the laws of chemical combination, and Dalton's atomic theory provided an explanation for the law of conservation of mass and the law of definite proportions. इनका complete explanation provide करती है Dalton's atomic theory, right? So this part is very very important. ये generally exams में भी आता है and from conceptual point of view ये बहुत important है. So according to Dalton's atomic theory, all matter, whether an element, a compound or a mixture, is composed of small particles of atoms, right? So what did Dalton say? He said that कोई भी चाहे element हो, compound हो या mixture हो, सभी के अंदर there are small particles which are known as atoms, correct? तो इस theory के जो postulates हैं, that is we have to study from here. 6 points are there. इनको आपको learn करना होगा. These are really important. So first is all matter is made up of very tiny particles called atoms which participate in the chemical reactions, right? Second is atoms are indivisible particles which cannot be created or destroyed in a chemical reaction. Third is atoms of a given element are identical in mass and chemical properties. Fourth is atoms of different elements have different masses and chemical properties. Fifth is atoms combine in the ratio of small whole numbers to form compounds. And the last is the relative number and kinds of atoms are constant in a given compound. तो ये जो 6 postulates हैं ये हमारे दोनों laws को support करते हैं, right? So here we come to the end of the lecture. इस lecture में जो आपके main questions बनते हैं that is the statement of the law of constant proportions. Okay, another name of this law. This is asked in 1 mark question. उसके बाद Dalton's atomic theory. It may be asked like which theory is able to explain these two laws. So it is Dalton's atomic theory, right? And lastly, the 6 postulates of the Dalton's atomic theory. So this is very important. So all these questions can be framed from this part of the lecture. So stay tuned to my channel, Learn with Nisha ji, for more videos in this series. Thank you.